somebody that talks about just pure, honest competition, did you enjoy watching that last play again and how it developed?
Yes. And always in a football game, it never comes down to one play. The goal line stand at the end was really set up by a lot of plays in the game, and you go back. The play before, James Ross does a great job. Staying on his man, keeping his eyes on his man. Not getting fooled by the deception in the backfield. Covers down, or we don't get to that goal line stand. Two plays before, Channing's dribbling was beat on the double move, but I mean, just the hustle to make that play competitive. Ended up catching up, getting his hand in there, and we get the ball down on just inside the 1 yard line. Jabril Peppers, quarterback keeps on a quarterback-driven run. I mean, he makes a hustle play to come back inside of a blocker, trip up the quarterback, keep him from a real long gain. The third down play, Jordan Lewis, competitive coverage, keeps that inside slant from being a big chunk, and you can just keep going on and on. Before that, Drake Johnson made a really good play that probably went unnoticed in the third quarter when we were backed up. Wilton threw a ball out to him, and just a big time hustle play to get a hand back in and break up that pass from being intercepted. Don't know if you know the play that I'm talking about, but just numerous types of plays like that you keep hustling, you keep battling, that remains a chance that something good can happen. And then the last play was definitely a team effort there. Our guys did a heck of a job defending that quarterback sneak, and we were able to win the game.
Hey, Jim. What's Jake's health status right now, and what do you expect for this weekend with him?
He got treatment. We'll see today. He'll go out and do participate in practice. We'll see how much he can do. He'll probably be sore, probably be limited. That would be expected.
Was the injury still what you thought after the game?
Mm-hmm.
And they ruled out the concussion?
They did.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I want to get into the whole debate of it, but no, that was never, concussion was never something that was mentioned.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Jim, you mentioned James Ross making a nice play. What led to the decision to maybe move him to that buck linebacker position this week, and how did you think he performed there?
Think admirable. I think he did a good job.
What went into the decision to move him, obviously, out of his regular linebacker spot?
Yeah, it was just, we've got some, we've got some injuries. Some of our best players have gone down. Other guys got to step up, and sometimes that means changing roles or doing multiple roles. Being a two-way player on the same side of the ball.
This week in order to be ready on Saturday. Is he a guy who can, is that the point where he doesn't need to practice all week and still be ready for a game?
It depends. There's no magic formula other than that player is our best option. Gives us the best chance to win whatever position you're talking about, whether it's quarterback or cornerback. That's the test, and that they're not going to injure themselves worse. So not always does it have to be 100%. Sometimes it does. Maybe the next player's the next option is, it just depends. You know what I mean? And also that somebody's not going to injure themselves worse. So That would be the two criteria. How good does he have to be to play? He's not going to injure himself worse, and he is the best option, gives us the best chance to win with the percentage of his health.
Sure. And what did Wilt do to move up to that number 2 spot? I think I saw both him and Shane warming up. Was there a decision you made during that game, or did you know it was going to be Spate the entire time?
We've gone over this. We've plowed this ground pretty good. Yeah, there's some back from the beginning of the season. The decision was made with Shane's input that we're going to go the direction of trying to get the red shirt if possible. He hasn't red shirted since he's been here, and it's just moved in that direction. Wilton's improved, and not much more to elaborate on than that.
In the middle left here, Steve.
Hey, Jim, just a quick question to start with Jabril. How many plays did he participate in? And then also, if you could just talk about his determination for all the skills he has, that seems to be really special, his level of determination.
Yeah, that'd be one thing. Yeah, special level of determination, special level of talent, special level of instincts and intelligence. Think about all the different roles he played. He lined up at running back, he lined up at receiver, he lined up at quarterback, he lines up at nickel on defense, he lines up at corner, he lines up at safety, kick returner, punt returner. He's carrying a lot of water right now.
And how many plays did you?
I don't know exactly the number.
Was it pushing 100? Or?
I don't know.
The left here, Jeff.
Along that exact same line, with Peppers, you just mentioned all the different positions he's played. In practice, how does that even work? How hard is it to teach a guy that many spots on D, that many spots on O, special teams? I mean,
yeah, it would seem hard. It hasn't been that hard with Jabril, and because he's so instinctual, athletic instincts, and he's really intelligent guy. I mean, you can tell him things once. He can look at a piece of paper and the really good ones like that. I mean, they can visualize it. They can visualize themselves doing it. They memorize it. They go out on the field and they do it just like they visualized it. How many people are there like that walking around in this world? Not that, couple thousand, maybe. But he's one of them. So, to answer your question, it hadn't been that hard. You tell him, he looks at it, he goes out and does it. I mean, it's rare, probably.
Stay on your left here, Wojo.
I don't know if you noticed, Jim, but there was another crazy ending in a college football game, Duke, Miami, and you had yours and Georgia Tech, Florida State. Do you think this is just kind of a quirk of the game, or is it something that people are actually, is it something you have to pay more attention to, special teams, late in games, because it seems like something happens every single weekend now?
Well, we pay much attention to it, and always have, do, and always will. And been very pleased with our special teams. They have a efficiency for special teams. People track that, and we're number 1 in the country. So proud of that. We're going to keep at it.
Did you see the Duke Miami finish?
I saw the 8 laterals play. I did.
To your right, Nick.
Jim, you guys got Grant Newsome in the game the other day. You said the other week, I thought, that it was rare for a true freshman offensive lineman maybe to be ready to play in his first year. What has he done to get into that mix?
He's physically maturer than most, mentally very sharp, more so than most, and he's a battler. He's tough. He hasn't taken a back seat since he's been here. You know, it's just you know, he doesn't take it. He gives no quarter, takes no quarter. You know, I like that about him. So all those things. You know, I know he's going to be really good, and he's ready now. So, you know, just I go back with the instincts that any player they're better when they play football. You know, you get better at football by playing football.
Fair to say he's the sixth lineman then?
Well, yeah, that would be fair right there. Yeah, 6, 7, right in that mix. That'd be another reason.
Over to your left, Coach Adam.
Henry Poggi didn't play on Saturday. Any update on his status?
Yes, Henry was sick, and we believe that he'll be okay this week. A bit of pneumonia. So Henry had to take a knee. So we'll see if we can't boost his immune system. Some more push-ups. Drink some more milk.
I thought there was some struggle on read options and containing the quarterback. I wonder if there was something structural you didn't like, or whether the contained guy was just crashing too hard, or what was going on there.
Yeah, it wasn't structural. There was mistakes were made. You know, it was disappointing. We'll work to correct it, but yeah, not happy about it. It was gone over. It was I don't know what to attribute that to. You know, lack of focus, or too tight, too loose, too tight. I don't know. Whatever. Just did not execute the proper assignment.
Front left here, Chris.
I think Matt Godin, too, didn't play on Saturday night, is that right?
Yeah, he's working through a little something.
Expect him back sooner than later.
I hope so.
Over to the right.
Last one on that one. Ty Isaac's not on the depth chart. Is that injury or personnel decision? I don't see him on there. He didn't play on Saturday. Ty Isaac, is he hurt or he just didn't play?
No, it's an internal matter.
Internal matter?
Front here, John.
Coach, thoughts on Jehu Chesson as a developing leader and offensive weapon?
Well, I just can't say enough about him. Doing so many things right, and you know, we're not in that goal line stand if he doesn't make some really good catches in that ball game, contested catches, touchdown catches, and continues to block, and another one of our guys that can line up in multiple positions. You know, watch him on special teams. He is one of our leaders there. And as a blocker, he's really got to be one of the premier blockers in the country as a wide receiver. So, A++, Jehu Chesson.
Time for a couple more questions. We'll start with Mike in front.
Jim, can you put into perspective, now that you've had time to maybe go back, watch the film, and think about what Wilton did, just can you put in perspective coming off the bench like that, having kind of the early struggles like he did? I know you talked about it quite a bit on Saturday, but just to go in there and to lead the team to a touchdown with all of the factors that were against him.
I don't know if I can put it in perspective, to be honest with you. I've never personally been in that position, to come off the bench and lead a fourth quarter comeback, you know, have had success, you know, just like that, in such a dramatic way. I think all my times of, well, all my first times. Well, I've had some good ones, I guess. I could maybe take that back. I had a couple good ones as a pro. But, yeah, not the first time playing, you know. I remember the first time playing was coming in, it almost seemed like it was disaster, you know, whether it was first high school game playing, coming off the bench, or the first college game coming off the bench, or first pro game was a disaster, a 13-yard sack, but yeah, first time, I guess I can't relate to that.
So if yours were a disaster, then does that even say more that he was able to do what he did?
Yeah, I think it's great. It's dramatic. I think it's something really to build on. Yeah, I don't know who else has done something like that. Nothing's coming to my mind right now. We'll use it as a growing learning experience. I think it's really going to benefit him. Be great for his confidence. I imagine that we go to practice today, that number 3 will have a pep in his step. There'll be a bounce to him. There'll be chin up high. I would imagine.
Over to the right, Dan.
Isn't that your preseason dream, coming in the fourth quarter and leading the comeback drive? You told us that at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I wanted to ask, too, about how long quick transition here. How long is Isaac out for?
I've never done it. I mean, I'm not saying I've never been done it. There was a couple times. It's not about me. It's not about me.
Well, how long do you expect Ty Isaac's internal matter to keep him off the field?
We'll just, I'll keep you posted. None of your business. Would be another way to say it. Another thing. We're just about done, right?
We have one question.
Okay.
Thoughts on Rutgers after watching film?
Very impressed. Very impressed. Very much like the Minnesota team. We just play a lot. We're playing a lot of good opponents. Impressed with the athletes and the teams. Minnesota was outstanding. They were hitting on all cylinders. Expect the same kind of matchup with Rutgers. And
I think this young woman here has one question.
Hi. We're here from Dearborn. I do have a question for you, though. So how Michigan has done up until thus far, do you have any predictions for how Ohio State will come out?
No.
No?
No. I'm not a predictor of things. We're focused on winning our next game. That's the most important game to us. Thanks for your question, though. No, somebody, I did want to say, somebody was showing me this picture of the line of scrimmage on our goal line stance where we appear to be offsides. And, it's a very interesting thing. I've studied this a lot, and I have really good clarification on this, that the centers will oftentimes come up to the ball and move the ball forward. And that's not a penalty, but what the officials tell you is that the defensive line gets the ground that's coming to them, that they won't penalize the center for coming up, picking up the ball and moving it forward, but the defensive line gets the ground that belongs to them. And so optically it could look like that in a picture, but the way I understand it and been told by the officials, that is legal. Yeah, some people were commenting. I know some the bloggers, fans, and things saw the picture and say, "Hey, isn't Michigan offsides there?" And this is a subject I know a little something about. So it was good. I mean, our defensive line took the ground that was coming to them, that belonged to them, and executed that stop as good as you can.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.